Trying to figure out whether or not you should be a playboy or a family man, watch the rest of this video. Oh, Elliot Hulse posted something yesterday on Facebook, and I thought it was really cool. It was a meme of Dan Bilzerian with all these girls around him. And then, right below that was a cowboy with his wife, and, he's holding his kids, and it was just like a happy family. And the caption for the meme said, "This is not a flex, this is." In other words, being a playboy and whatnot, it's really cool, it's really flashy, but it's not necessarily the same, doesn't carry the same weight in the world as having a family. Some of you who's never experienced abundance with women might say to yourselves, "Oh man, I'd love to have all these hot model type girls around me. Like, how could you say that Dan Bilzerian, what he's doing with his life, isn't a flex?" That's a fair attitude to have, because Dan Bilzerian's lifestyle is super, super cool. He's made a lot of money in gambling. He's hanging out with hot chicks on boats all the time. Who could argue with, being able to have the company of all these beautiful women around them? Like, that's, super cool. Once you get to a point in life where you can have the type of women in your space that you want, and when you've been with enough women to not really have that itch to kind of figure out what's out there, to see that there is a degree of emptiness, so to speak, with that eternal playboy lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying that these guys don't choose that lifestyle for a reason. I'm not saying there's not perks to that lifestyle. Obviously, when you don't have to, manage other people, or you don't have to, spend resources on other people so much as, yourself, you're going to have a more convenient lifestyle, or a lifestyle that you're more able to direct in the way that you want to for yourself. It's precisely that reason why having a family helps you elevate at a level that, for example, if you were a playboy, you never could actually elevate to without having a wife and without having kids. It seems counterintuitive, especially for those of you who have been married before, who know what it's like when, your wife puts a claim on your time. Some women don't trust their husbands with the way that they make decisions about money or time or any of that kind of stuff. And, sometimes, at times, especially when you have the wrong partner, having a marriage can seem like having a ball and chain. When you go to the trouble of finding a partner the right way, actually finding the exact kind of woman that you've always wanted, that shares your values, and you start building, a family or even an empire with that woman, the internal growth that you're going to get from that experience is unlike any other. You have a wife, or when you have a life partner, they force you to confront problems in yourself that you would never otherwise do, because only for the benefit of that other person that you have to cooperate with, would you ever look internally that deep to try to figure out how to stamp out issues that you have, in order to get along with somebody. In business, if you don't want to, you can just kind of skip over a certain person that you don't necessarily vibe with. As far as your friend circles, you can do the same thing. You don't necessarily, as a single guy, have to conquer all the deep issues that are within yourself in order to enact your will on the world, or in order to, get what you want out of life. You look at that as an advantage, but what I'm saying is that only within a marriage, and only within having a family where you're forced to think selflessly about other people every day, to the point where it's like the deepest, most intimate parts of your life are connected to other human beings. Only within that environment can you achieve the growth that you can get, that you would never otherwise get, if you were just a single guy playing the field eternally.